Hey there, fellow G.I. Joe enthusiasts of all eras, since they've been around for a long time. They've been around for a very long time. Now, recently we went to a place called Second Chance. Second Chance Toy Store. Where's that?
In Canton, Georgia, right outside
Georgia.
of Marietta.
And it is a true vintage toy store. You know, there's hardly anything in there that you could really say is modern.
It had some
It's
legends.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, yeah, they had some Marvel Legends and some Build-A-Figures, but the majority of what was in there
Yeah, I'll say about 90, maybe 95%.
is from the 60s through the 90s. You know, because they did have some 60s stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, this is what I really want to see. When I go to conventions, that's what I want to see. When I go to a toy store, that's what I want to see, not an ocean of Funko Pops and Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, which is what they all seem to have. But anyway, he did have some vintage ARAH era G.I. Joe stuff. Not so much of the, you know, the 60s and 70s stuff like you see up there, just a few bits and pieces, but actual like ARAH era carded even items, a few complete with box sets and things like that. So, and that's David and Chance down there, who we talked to for a while.
And we did some filming.
Yeah, we did some filming, and you'll probably see that up before this. And they're pretty decent guys. Had a nice conversation with them, and did pick up something to add to the collection. And it's getting harder and harder to find this stuff, honestly, because of the level of popularity. And that's the first Sergeant Duke. Can you see him okay, or is there glare?
It's a little glare. Maybe want to take it out of the case.
Yeah, I suppose I can. Have a conniption fit, because I don't want anything to happen. But first, Sergeant Duke here. And he had, this is from like 1991, and he had a few figures from this era. None of the earlier ones really, but I got a good deal on this. He had a fair price on it, and I wanted to add it.
What year do your G.I. Joe collection end? Because I know you go all the way from the 60s, but I know some people, they go, when they talk about ARAH, the cartoon versions, they start with like 82 to like 86 or 7 or something.
Yeah, and like this one is also, that's also 91, 92.
So what year do you end?
Probably right about where they stopped before they started doing Sergeant Savage.
So you do not collect Sergeant Savage?
No, I would.
Oh.
Because it's actually Sergeant Savage, which is a 5-inch figure. They made him bigger, and people just didn't take to it. But Sergeant Savage is actually a pretty decent figure. And then they did G.I. Joe Extreme, which is trash. Let's just admit it, it's trash. But it was 5 points of articulation G.I. Joe in static poses, so they looked ridiculous. The whole appeal to G.I. Joe, all through from 64 all the way through past this into Sergeant Savage, was the multi points of articulation, and G.I. Joe Extreme took that away, and it was a bad idea. Sigma 6 wasn't bad, that came later, but you know, that's another story. But yeah, I'll collect these all the way into the early part of the 90s, the ARAH era. I don't mind. I know some people will say, oh, I cut it off at 89 because the designs started getting really weird for people who are fans of the cartoon or fans of the comic book. They didn't like a lot of the changes that took place after 89-ish. And they kind of blame, what is his name, Sci-Fi? This guy. A lot of ARAH people that I've talked to kind of count him as the beginning of the end, actually, because he is like so far removed from looking like anything military. And they're like, yeah, Sci-Fi, I think he's one of the worst ones because he doesn't look anything military, and it just didn't feel right.
Well, a lot of them don't.
Yeah, some of them don't. I mean, it is what it is. Like Quick Kick doesn't look military. You know what I mean?
And half of them wasn't even in the military.
No,
like Quick Kick.
if you follow the not the comic book, but
cartoon.
the cartoon series, you know, I've made that GI Joe argument before that it's really more like GI Joe is the mercenary like outlaw group, because everybody's in a different uniform if they're wearing one. A lot of these guys aren't even in the military. They don't follow orders. They they don't follow a chain of command. They just kind of do whatever and stumble into a victory at the end because someone in the enemy is having some infighting. You know, they're having a power struggle, and GI Joe shoehorns themselves in at the last second. Cobra's more like a real military organization. Uniforms. They got a dental plan. You remember they made fun of that in certain episodes where they're like looking through pamphlets on a Cobra base. These guys got dental. It was like, put that book down, soldier. But
do you have the original Duke?
I have him loose, but his accessories are missing.
No, I just wanted to see him compared to that one because I know on the cartoon his outfit didn't look like that.
I don't remember if I stuck him back here.
Is that him in the tank? No, that's not him in the tank.
That's not him in the tank. I was gonna.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter.
Now you got me wondering.
I just wanted to see what his uniform, because I know on the cartoon his uniform didn't look like that.
Because
So
I think, I think I might have put him up because he's got missing accessories and it was bothering me.
Oh, okay.
Because all of these guys are complete that are sitting, all the loose ones. And, you know, I'll do like mint on the card or loose complete.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened to his. But, you know, I got a spot on the wall here. Although it'll put me off a little bit. You see I've got the little pocket patrol pack. This goes on your belt. And it's like you could put 3 figures in it and walk around with 3 figures on your belt. I don't know. But that's actually like pulling teeth trying to find that on the card. And then the accessory, battle pack accessories.
You got to put him up there by the ninja.
Yeah, I know. So I'm rearranging a couple of things here. So I can slide these back. And that is a complete set of the Battle Gear accessory packs mint on the card. I know it kind of throws things off now because there was an order to it. Because now this is going to end up down there. See, I'll put another hook in there. I love these slat walls. And bring this down. And that breaks up the jewelry now. The KMT jewelry sets, which you almost never see these either. And then I can put Duke back in his case protector, and that's a really, really clean card too.
Yeah.
Master Sergeant, birthplace St. Louis, Missouri, grade E8. Lock him back in there and hang him up. If I'm keeping it in order of year. I used to have a lot more, but you know the story. Slowly trying to rebuild it and put it back together. Bit by bit.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's all. Sometimes that's all you can do.